All right. So when you look at all of these entities, you're like, man, how many tax returns I'm going to have to file? How many tax returns am I going to have to file? Actually, it's only about 3 tax returns. Now, you are going to have to file a document for the partnership, basically saying how much money that each partner is getting. And then you're going to file a tax return for your LLC treated as S Corp, because that's going to, so this right here is going to cover all of the taxes over here, right? Everything that is being earned by your family bank, your inherent and non-inherent liability passive assets is going to be calculated here. And whatever the tax obligations are going to be taken care of by your LLC treated as S Corp. Because if you actually look at when you file taxes, it doesn't say which business earned the money. It says which business is responsible for paying the taxes on the money that was earned. So all you would do is say, all right, you'll file your partnership paperwork, and then you'll file your taxes for your LLC treated as S corp and your personal 1040 taxes. So really, only 3 tax returns: the partnership filing, which I call it a return because you do have to file it. And then you have to do your LLC treated as S corp, which is the 1120S, and then also your 1040 tax return. So that's an overview of how it works as far as the LLC treated as S corp, the LLP, and the trust. Now, like I told you, in order for you to protect your personal assets, your family bank has to be a legitimate business. So we're going to actually go into how to make your family bank a legitimate business. But hey, if you want a copy of this chart right here, as well as some another additional free documents I'm gonna give you, just text Legacy 24 to 904-822-4262. Legacy 24 to 904-822-4262, and that's LEGACY 24, no spaces, no dashes, to 904-822-4262. If you outside of the country, it's +1 country code. All right, so I'm going to ask y'all, what's better, a will or a trust? What's better, a will or a trust? Well, really and truly, it depends. If you're an attorney, you would say it depends. All right, if you have a will or a trust and your main goal is to avoid probate and to reduce fees, time, and expenses for your family, your beneficiaries, if that's the main purpose, then a trust is probably better, because all a will does is guarantee probate. Yes, it's better than nothing. Dying with a will is better than dying without a will, also known as dying intestate, right? But if your main goal was to accomplish those things that I mentioned, save time, save money for your family, for your beneficiaries, for your friends, then a trust is the way to go. So since a trust is the way to go for most people, where should you get your trust from? Are you only able to get your trust from the situs in the state that you reside in, or are you able to shop around? Well, you can definitely shop around. Has anybody ever heard of the term jurisdiction shopping? Jurisdiction shopping. Well, if you never heard of the term jurisdiction shopping, let me give you an insight on how it would work. Remember, I told you that those businesses on paper are a paper entity and you are a physical, in the flesh entity. Well, let me show you what these paper entities are doing. These paper entities, 64% of the Fortune 500 companies are domiciled in Delaware, right? Remember, I was telling you about how the LLPs, a lot of people are domiciling those in Wyoming. Well, a lot of people are domiciling corporations, because an LLP is not a corporation. Apparently, a lot of these Fortune 500 companies, they see benefit and domiciling their companies in Delaware. For example, where's the home office for Boeing? Seattle. But where is their business domiciled? Delaware. Where's the home office for Coca-Cola? Atlanta. But where's their business domiciled? Delaware. What do you think is the reason that they are domiciling their businesses in these states that are other than where they are actually laying their heads, their home office? They're doing it because they're trying to save money on taxes. They're trying to mitigate their liability, right? So guess what? If a paper entity can do it, you can do it too. So yes, we're not talking about businesses, we're talking about trust. But if they can domicile a business, you can cite us a trust. Guess what state has been named the best state to cite us your trust by the annual Domestic Asset Protection Trust state rankings? Nevada. Nevada. What are some of the reasons people are doing this in Nevada? It's complete asset protection. Nevada affords the most protection of any state in the United States. There are no exception creditors, not even in the case of claims of spousal or child support. Under the law, forced heirship claims pursuant to the civil law would be rejected as well. Look at that. Forced heirship claims would be rejected. Listen, how many CDL drivers we have in the building? Listen, I know y'all CDL drivers got a family on the other side of the country, right? You don't want you don't want none of those kids showing up to your real family, right? I'm just joking, right? But definitely what you want to make sure what you want to happen happens. And what if you never had the opportunity to meet this child, and a child comes out of nowhere, a child that you never even known, but now all of a sudden, because they can prove that they are your offspring, is causing turmoil in what you have going on. This is saying right here, there's no forced heirship claims. The commitment of the state to a strict reading of the statute has been upheld by a decision of the Nevada Supreme Court. Nevada also has an abbreviated statute of limitations of only 2 years from the transfer into a trust before the transfer assets are protected. In addition to top of the line spendthrift trust asset protection, beneficiaries of Nevada administered discretionary trusts are accorded significant protections. What is this saying? Now, what some people do is, if they want to make sure that the estate is completely sealed, even if they have a trust, what they might do is take one of those cars that's in the estate and still run it through probate, and they go through all that stuff, the curing probate, putting the estate in the newspaper for the next 3 weeks and things of that nature, right? Some people, they do that just so they can get rid of, with a low value asset, just to go ahead and seal out all people trying to put claims against the estate. What this is saying is, if you don't go through that process, still after 2 years, you can make sure that that's never a possibility, that somebody can come in and take over the trust. Also, it's saying that a spendthrift trust. So basically what they're saying is, let's say your beneficiary is somebody that's terrible with money. You just, as soon as they get money, it's like it leaks through their fingertips, and they got people that they owe money, they got creditors, and you feel like if you leave them money, the creditors are going to take everything. No, actually, if you have a spendthrift trust, like Nevada type trust, then even if your beneficiary owes money to people, they can't come into the trust and take the money to pay his bills, but he can still have access to the money, him or her, to do what they need. All right. No taxes. Nevada imposes no income taxes on or transfer taxes with respect to trusts administered in the state. This isn't just a statutory requirement, it's embedded in the Nevada Constitution. This allows the legal avoidance of state income taxes by use of a trust with its situs of administration in Nevada. What they're saying is, say, hey, you can live anywhere in the United States and have a trust that's situs in Nevada. However, when you pass away and this revocable trust becomes an irrevocable trust, it must be administered by a corporate trustee or a trustee. It can be a company or a person that is living in Nevada or domiciled in Nevada. All right, that's very important. So what they're saying is, all right, yeah, we can utilize these benefits, and I'm going to go over some other benefits that the Nevada Situs Trust get. But you have to make sure you follow the rules. And one of those rules is whoever this person or entity that's administering your trust, you have to put that name of that company or that person in your documents for when it seals. Also, did you know that Nevada uh, is one of the only a handful of states in the entire nation to offer a valid and validate electronically created and electronically signed trusts and electronically created and electronically signed wills and testaments?